Are you looking for something stylish, comfortable, good on fuel, and surprisingly premium for a family car, but you don't want to pay German badge prices? Well, then the Skoda Superb might just be for you. But let's see, does it live up to the Superb name, or is there a catch? The Skoda Superb has quietly built a reputation as one of the most capable but underrated family cars on the used car market. It's a car that rarely makes headlines but always wins people over. It's spacious, efficient, and packed with enough features to make this car now look like a £20,000 bargain. So today we're going to find out what makes the Superb appealing and whether it lives up to that hidden gem title. I'm Max Devani, welcome to Driven Plus. Okay, let's get straight into it, and let me tell you how this car drives straight away. And when you're just coming off a stop and you're just coming off the mark, it's very fluid, it's very smooth in the way the gears change. It's quite quiet in here as well, and it's really comfortable in here. And it's just a dream to drive. The steering is lovely, and like we're coming up to a junction here now. The brakes are responsive, they work very well. And visibility wise, yeah, very good. But it's just an overall very place to be, and even if I just don't speak for a minute so you can just kind of understand how quiet the car is, it soaks up the bumps very well. It's a very smooth place to be. So if you've got £20,000 to spend on a somewhat premium family car, then that does open up a lot of choices for you. And yes, the Superb does fall into that, but as does pretty much every other second-hand saloon car from BMW, Mercedes. I'll touch on something very soon because I've added 5 cars onto my Auto Trader wish list, which you could also buy for £20,000, so stay tuned for that. But I'm going to answer, where does the Superb fit in? For me, it's the interior space and practicality. It's huge in here. It's like a TARDIS. Like, you sat in here, it feels very big. When you're looking from the outside, it doesn't look it. You're like, where have they got all this space from? But I think I was reading up somewhere before that the Skoda Superb, minus the Audi A8L, has the biggest rear space legroom out of any cars from the VW Audi group. Yeah, it's absolutely mad, but when you look in there, it's huge, loads of space. So this is where it fits in. Practicality, and you've got a large family, brilliant. And I think this is actually a good looking car as well. You can literally turn up anywhere and blend in. This car looks a little bit more exclusive because it's the Sport line. And another thing this car has, it's equipped with Skoda's most expensive paintwork. It's called Dragon Green paint. And it stands out a lot. It pops in the sun. And it just looks a fantastic car. It really does. Next, we're going to talk about this car's engine. Now, this one comes with a 1.5 litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, and throughout the Superb range, you can also choose from quite a few different engines, one being a 1.4 litre hybrid, this one obviously, and a 2 litre diesel or petrol. Now, with a car like this, normally I'd recommend people to buy the diesel, but these petrol engines have come a long way now. This particular one produces 148 horsepower and 184 newton meters of torque, and it's paired with a 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox. You can get them with a 6-speed manual, but they're less common. The DSGs are much more common, and I recommend you to buy the automatic because these automatic gearboxes are really good. Has a top speed of 137 miles per hour, and Skoda say it'll do a 0 to 60 time of 8.9 seconds. Let's find that out. Time to launch the Skoda Superb from 0 to 60. On your screen now are the starter figures on this car, so pause your screen if you'd like to look into them. Now, I believe this car will not have launch control, so I'll put the gearbox in S and put the car in sport mode. Do we have a soft limiter? No, it's not letting me boost it up. It's just like that. But anyway, let's put the race box on. It turns itself off. Come on, mate. There we go. Are we ready? Here we go. Oh, took a long time for the car to respond. Gearbox isn't the most responsive when you're going up to speed. 9 seconds flat. Well, it took a long time for the car to kind of respond to you putting your foot all the way down to the bottom, and then it kind of went, oh right, okay, you want to go fast. And even when you are putting your foot down, the gearbox like gets to it and it goes. It's a relaxing type of thing. It's a relaxing experience. Not when you put it in sport mode, you think it'd be bam, bam, bam. No, it's not. So the gears are quite. They're not as responsive as you may think. However, though, it's not a sporty car, is it? So 9 seconds flat. I'm pretty impressed with that. That's what it stacks up against. And let's go back to the review. So I've saved 5 cars to my Auto Trader wish list, and I'm going to show you what other cars you can pick up for £20,000 other than the Skoda Superb. But before I do, please just hit that subscribe button because they're so close to 50,000 subscribers. It would go a long way. So before I show you other cars, let me show you this car that's for sale, this advert. And it's a 2021. It's up for $17,995 and it's sale at INS Car Centre. And it's still for sale at the time of filming. And this video has gone out pretty soon. So give them a shout if you like the look of this. It's done 51,000 miles. So next, we're going to go straight to the top and we're going to go to Germany and over to Mercedes. This is a Mercedes C-Class 2021 220D AMG line 9th edition premium. So yeah, it's pretty specced out, that thing, and that cost you $18,995, so £1,000 more. And mileage-wise, where are we? What's it done on here? It's not telling me. It's done more miles, 68,000, so you're touching 70,000 miles on that. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Yeah, I think they look pretty good. I've driven those C-Classes. They do drive quite nice, but they are firmer than this car. And the interior is nice, but it's not as spacious. What else we got? We got a Volvo S60 2-litre mild hybrid R design, so it looks sporty. I do quite like these. I like the interior. Let me just show you the interior. Back end's nice. Do quite like the lights. Yes, here we go. Inside. Yes, very driver focused. I do like that. Very clean. But I think this is more spacious. And the only thing when you buy a Volvo, people mistake you for being an unmarked police car. And so I don't like Volvo drivers in that respect. You know, those people who buy the estates. I always drive slow by them. Next one, we go back to Germany. BMW 330e. Now, I've driven one of these cars, and it was actually I'm pretty sure it was a 70 plate as well. If you want to watch my review on a 330e, click on the pop-up banner now. And this is a little bit more expensive again, just over £19,000. And the mileage on this car is fairly low, to be fair, 45,000 miles. Obviously, this is a hybrid. You can't go wrong with the 3 Series, can you? You know, I know I'm trying to sell you a Skoda, but you just cannot go wrong with them. Great interior, great cabin. They do the job. And, yeah, it's an honest-looking car. But this is still bigger on the inside. It's more practical. And if you want something much better on fuel, or something that's not going to drink fuel at all, then we're going to go over to the States and we're going to go have a look at the Tesla Model 3. This is a 2022. These are great value in the second-hand market, by the way. It's got the long range, so a little bit better than the normal one. Just under 19,000 miles. Now, when we talk about simplicity, yeah, this thing is very simple. If you like your tech, I'd recommend you to buy the Tesla Model 3. As you can see, the interior has hardly any character to it. It's just a steering wheel and a massive iPad. They're quick, though, and I've actually reviewed a Tesla Model 3 Performance. So if you want to watch my review on that car, click on the pop-up banner now. Very quick to 0 to 60, by the way. What else have we got? Yeah, so from Audi back to Germany. Now, I've thrown this one in for a bit of a wild card because I was thinking before, what does a Superb really go against in terms of Audi? A4 maybe? A5 Saloon? But then this came up, the A6, and I thought, well, that's a great looking car. And for just under £19,000, that is great value. What a hell of a car. Look at the interior there. Yeah, I mean, if you were to ask me what car I'd buy, I would buy this. Mileage-wise, pretty low the miles there. Do you know what? That is a hell of a car for the money. 2021. It's only 4 years old. And you're getting a 2-litre petrol engine with just over 200 brake horsepower. Not so sure on the black wheels. I'll probably change them to silver. But as you can see, the interior is a massive step up. And that is a premium car. Whereas this, bear in mind, yes, this car is for sale at £18,000, but this is on the higher end of £20,000. If you're looking for any Superb, you can pick them up for under £15,000. So if you're looking to buy this car, then you'll be interested to know the car's common problems. And one of them is to do with engine hesitation and jerking. It's mostly common with manual models. However, automatic models have also experienced this as well. simple fix. Software update, take it to Skoda, that's it. Jobs are good. And this one's on 50,000 miles. It runs smoothly, so that's not a problem. Other problems can do with a turbo failure and PCV valve, which can also lead to excessive oil consumption. Moving to the interior of this car, and one thing which strikes me straight away is just how simple it is. It's not overly complicated. There's not massive screens going on. It feels a little bit dated, but I like how simple it is. You haven't got a digital driver's display. You've just got a little screen in the middle between the speedometers, so that's quite nice. I don't mind analog dials. Steering wheel is nice. It's flat bottom. Bear in mind, this is the sport line, so you do get some sporty touches, such as the seats as well. Although they look sporty, they're actually really comfortable, but yeah, I do like the bolstering on the side too. Moving back to the steering wheel, what I was saying before is I like all these perforated leather on the side. It feels premium to hold. I like the little scroll wheels you get there. The door card, you get this little carbon fibre effect here, and below there is Alcantara. That's very nice. That feels very premium, I have to say. You get an ambient lighting going all the way throughout the dash, so you can't see it in the day, but that would light up pretty nicely at night. Infotainment screen, you do get Apple CarPlay as standard. It is touchscreen, so let's go on to the menu. I mean, this feels a bit dated, if I was to be honest, since start. So this has been averaging 6 miles. I've averaged 22 to the gallon. That's not very good, is it? Yeah, you're not going to buy one of seeing that. But here we go. Long-term average, 39.3 to the gallon, which isn't bad for 1.5 litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. So that infotainment screen is pretty easy to navigate. One thing which is easier to navigate is the climate control unit. You got buttons, physical buttons. Thank you, Skoda. That is very easy. You got different driver modes down here, so you can put it in normal, sport, individual, or eco. You've also got heated seats going on. Ergonomics is good. Let's see how big the center console box is. That's massive in there. You got a USB port in there. In terms of 12-volt sockets, though, have we got one in the middle? Yeah, one there, and a USB-C socket too. Other than that, though, if you're not massively into your tech and you don't want overly complicated interiors, this thing is for you. The Superb is also a very practical car. Now, firstly, let's talk about the looks. Like this little lip spoiler here, black badging. It's a very sporty looking car, but yet the chrome, well, say tips, that chrome design down there. But it's a shame that the back end of this car doesn't look like an M5 like the front does. The front of this car looks very cool. As you can see, the whole thing opens like a hatchback, and this is absolutely huge. Loads of space in here, 625 litres. And all those cars I mentioned before, the 5 on my Auto Trader wish list, this has a bigger boot by quite a lot. It's huge in here, and you can pull it up here, and there's a spare tyre down there. It's one of the biggest boots I've ever seen for a saloon car. So if you're still watching the video, that means you're still interested in buying a Skoda Superb. So now I'm going to tell you which engine to buy, because obviously Skoda gives you a lot of choices. This has the 1.5 litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. So which one should you buy? Well, I think if you're going to buy it and do short trips in, this engine is perfect. It's punchy enough, it's great from going A to B. It doesn't lack power, but it hasn't got tons of power, but it's got enough. But if you're buying a Superb and you're going to be sitting on a motorway every day or quite often, then I would either buy the 2-litre diesel or 2-litre petrol. I'll probably buy the 2-litre diesel, to be fair, because it's not a performance car. It's a car which you want good efficiency, refinement, and therefore diesel engines kind of suit those type of things. However, though, if you're looking to buy a Skoda Superb through your business, then they obviously do a 1.4 litre hybrid. Good thing is you'll get good fuel economy. You can also drive around, knock around town in electric only mode, so you're going to save on fuel. And another thing you're going to save on is tax, because obviously hybrids get you benefit from lower benefit in kind tax. So I like the fact that Skoda have given you 3 different types of options to choose from to suit all people if you're after a Superb. And this gearbox does quite a good job at slushing all the gears together. Sometimes a little bit unresponsive when you're just coming out of a junction. It takes a second to like think, oh, okay, now you're going. And we're just going to put our foot down now to see how it responds to an aggressive drive, shall we say. It's not the most responsive gearbox, and it revs out quite a lot. I think with an engine like this, you want to use the torque, not necessarily rev it all to the top. But having said that, the gear stick does let you have manual options, so you can use the paddles via the steering wheel. So it's not bad when we put it through the corners. Now bear in mind, Skoda have prioritised comfort over sporty driving. Although this car does look like a sporty car because of obviously this is the sport line, when you put it into a corner it does lean. Bear that in mind. But you're not buying a Superb for the ultimate driving engagement, are you? You're not buying it for engagement. You're buying it for comfort, and therefore it does its job. And I haven't really got anything bad to say about this car. It's just a brilliant all-rounder. Yes, the cabin doesn't have as much technology as you may think for a 2021 car, but for me that suits me because I'm not massively into newer technology and these big screens and all that sort of stuff. You know, it's got electric seats, that'll do me. It's got heated seats. Yes, it hasn't got a heated steering wheel, but you can live without that, can't you? Gives you a good drive, it's honest about itself. It's not as flashy as a BMW or Mercedes or Audi. People like that. I can understand how people can like that. At the end of the day, it's basically a rebadged VW. So what's my thoughts on it? Well, if I had £20,000 to spend on a car, as I mentioned before, due to personal taste, I would go and buy that A6, which I showed you in this video. However, if you've got around £15,000 to spend, then the Skoda Superb is a fantastic all-rounder. Now, if you're looking to buy a Skoda Superb, bear in mind this car is currently for sale at the time of filming at INS Car Centre in Wrexham. So check them out if you still want to purchase this car. So massive thanks to Nathan and those guys as well. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you all soon. Thanks guys, thanks for watching, bye bye.